Good morning, everyone. Did everybody have a happy Thanksgiving? A good one? Okay. I hope you all did. And is there anybody here from another unity? Can't see. You have to raise your hand high. Okay, hold your hand up because we have a gift for you. Over here? No, down here. Thank you. She goes. All right. Is there anybody here for the first time? Way back there on the left. We have somebody over there on the right. Somebody here. Keep your hand up. We have really a gift for you. Okay. Over here. How many people we have giving these things out? Down here. That's good. Well, we had a fabulous Thanksgiving feast at Syntysche's home. We had close to 20 people there with grandchildren and friends, and most of our family, the Groverland family, was there. So it was really a fabulous, fabulous day. Great conversation, great understanding. And you know that Syntysche is ready to give you an amazingly inspired talk. Look forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Everyone who's joining us here in-house and everyone who's joining us online. We love spending time with you every Sunday. It is our pleasure. A few things going on here. Obviously, today we are having our holiday craft fair over in Fellowship Hall. It's open right now. It'll be open for, I believe, till 2 or 3 this afternoon. So you've got plenty of time to go check it out. There's vendors from all over Colorado. There's all kinds of unique things in there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So take a few minutes and go over there and check it out. We're also having the craft fair again next week with mostly a whole new set of vendors. So definitely come in this week, check it out next week. It'll be a whole different set of items in there. Also in Fellowship Hall, if you ordered one of our holiday wreaths for our fundraising wreaths, they are here today. They are in Fellowship Hall. You can just go in there and you can pick your wreath up. This Friday, we are going to be decorating our church for the holidays. We're going to start that at 10:30, and we're calling anyone who wants to come and hang out with us. Actually, we're starting at 10 a.m. Anyone who wants to come, hang out, hang stuff in the sanctuary here, decorate trees over in Fellowship Hall, down in the children's room. We'd love everyone to come join us. We always have such a good time, and we'll have some snacks and some tea. But definitely come hang out with us at 10:30, and we'll be doing it for a few hours, so even if you can only get there at 11:30, still come, still hang out. And if you can only do lighter stuff, we've got lighter stuff that can be hang or decorated, and if we have heavier stuff if you want to help me carry trees around the building. So that's this Friday. And last but not least, we are still accepting people who want to join our choir for our Christmas performance. All you have to do is show up. The rehearsal is today, immediately following this service. And you just walk right up here. We're just going to do it right here on the stage. There's no amount of singing talent required. It's really just a fun experience where you're hanging out with other like-minded Unity people, having a good time through the holidays. And it's so much, the performance part is so fun. So if you've ever wanted to join the choir, all you have to do is just walk right up to the stage at the end of the service. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity today. This is the point in the service. It's a call to prayer. We invite you just to come in the presence of this room and leave the world outside these doors. Steve Sheets is here to collect names. If you have any friends or family members that could use some support energetically, you can write their names down on a piece of paper in front of you, and he'll collect them as you're walking out. And it's always okay to write your own name. It's okay to ask for prayers for self. You know, when we recognize that we're perfect children of God and we're not feeling that perfection, it's okay to feel that alignment, ask Spirit to support a little bit more right now in your life. So Write that down. You don't have to put your last name. You don't even have to say what the issue is. We know that God knows what you need before you even ask. But we always sing this song just to get into the presence of this holy moment and let this hour be about reflection and connection to this greater love. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way home. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way home. Guide your way home. And so it is. Let us see ourselves prayed in. Now we're going to invite our entertainment club up, and we're going to do a joy song, and you're welcome to join us and sing along. You all know this, so just join us. It's an easy one, and it feels good to sing. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. I know, you just heard it. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul.
closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Beautiful singing. Woo! And now we have the opportunity. I just lost my shoe. This just fell right off my foot. Okay. For Raven Wolf, let's have a warm Boulder Unity welcome. Just Miguel, I just dropped my shoe.
Cassie, can you bump the next slide, please?
If my words did flow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played by a harp unstrung, would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it dear, as it were your own? It's a hand-me-down. If your thoughts are broken, perhaps they're better left unsung. I don't know, don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air, ripple in still water, where there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow. Would you choose to lead must follow? But if you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? Have another way, I'll take you home. People in still water, where there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow. There is a road, no simple highway, between the dawn and the dark of the night. And if you go, then who's to follow? That path is for your steps alone. People in still water, where there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow. Will you choose your hand if your cup is empty? If your land, rippling still water, where there is no pebble tossed, no wind to blow. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful way to start. You guys are awesome. So good morning. I'm giving a sermon that's finally finishing up a talk I gave 3 weeks ago. We had a little weird thing with this talk series, and the second week that I was supposed to follow up, I had left my computer in a lift on the Friday before that, and it was a super traumatic experience where I had lost that sermon. I'd lost my whole life for years in that computer, on top of the whole plans for Christmas, and all of the production and everything. It was just a beyond experience, and so I really deepened into what this talk was about, having to find a place of surrender and allowing whatever it is that Spirit wanted me to learn from that experience. So I'm going to do a little bit of a recap of the sermon, but I don't have a clicker here, so if you could go find Mike and get me my clicker, that would be awesome. Oh, he's going to get it. So, the title is Disconnecting from the World of Appearances and Connecting to the Revelation of Wholeness and Infinite Consciousness. You are the manifestation of this likeness. Know yourself as this. This talk is based by a talk that Beckwith gave at the HEAL conference at Gaia about a month ago, and I found it so inspiring. So I'm using his actual PowerPoints, but I'm bringing a unity spin into the topic. So I'm just going to recap what we covered because I never got to finish it, and then I'll get into the next part of it. So one of the things that stood out in the talk that I liked the most was this wording. Do you realize that you were born at this very time for a purpose? This was your destiny, a predestination of a promise of your incarnation to release your profound gifts. Do you realize that you were born at this time for a purpose? You decided to come with all the turbulence you see, with all of the beauty you have experienced, with all the confusion and all the things you don't understand yet. There's a destiny within you. That is part of all of it and is asking you to give way for your destiny and demonstration. Who believes in a karmic contract of sorts, that there is some sort of predestination to us coming here? And obviously, Edgar Cayce, one of the greatest documented psychics, always pointed out, though, you always have free will, even if you made some sort of a ethereal contract. They call it the Book of Life. There's many different things, the Akashic Records, that somehow our soul journey has been documented somewhere. And the ethers kind of keep giving you different things to help you overcome the ego into softening into more of the expanded spiritual self, where you become more and more of that miracle worker that Jesus Christ said we all could be. He said, you too will do the same works as I do. So this is a world of phenomenon, a world of experience of love and joy everywhere. So what if we did make a promise to keep our vow, to anchor ourselves in this expanding good? Let's reflect for a second when we look back on our lives and look at those times where it was so synchronized, right? It felt that something else was in accordance with you, moving you through and navigating you into the great stuff, like the really awesome expanded moments where you felt so divinely connected. And you felt divinely directed, right? And then we have times where we're I don't know if I feel God right now, right? And there's different phases, and we're usually in a learning time when we're not feeling it as much. We're having more difficulty than peace. And that's a time when we know in that turbulence that within that is a deepening and a softening into a greater expansion of our understanding of our true identity as perfect children of God, right? And a lot of us have gone through a lot of that in this last year. And today, December 1st, the new moon moved into Sagittarius, and there's a lot of wonderful, awesome things that are coming from this. So I will go into that further. But it's actually perfect timing that I'm finishing this talk up today. You know, it's just, I love those divine synchronicities. It's like it wouldn't have been the same if I had given it 3 weeks ago. So again, we're disconnecting from the world of appearances and connecting to the revelation of wholeness and infinite consciousness. So when we recognize that you are the manifestation of this likeness, then what do we have to do to claim that, right? To step into that vibration of that manifestation of likeness. We are all fountains of light. We really are first light, right? We're really spiritual beings having a human experience. And when we really, really get that, when we realize that we have to be delving into the spiritual, which is meditation, which is walking in nature, which is listening from on a greater level for the signs and symbols and the auditory experiences where the universe is sharing with us what is needed, what is wanted, what is needed next for this moment, so that there's greater unfoldment and we don't get stuck in stagnation. Energetic places where we feel like we're in quicksand and we can't seem to move forward in some particular area or maybe all areas, right? So we are all fountains of light, luminous light beings, and you made a promise to yourself to bring this light, this love, this peace and this joy into every expression that you are. This is the vibrational footprint that you can and will bring forth. So the first slide that he shared in this talk was this. There's 4 stages to the process of enlightenment. We start in victim. We move from victim to manifester, manifester to channel, channel to being. And the first one we'll cover is victim. And I shared with all of you that the victim is cultivated into our lives through imprinting in our early childhood. It's the whole idea of they did it to me. Blaming others, perpetual feelings of being let down by others. It's saying, I don't have something, and it's comparison, right? We're comparing ourselves to something, and we know that comparison of anything is death to joy. Comparison of anything is death to joy, right? Because we are our own unique, perfect Christ child beings that have something very uniquely ours to be expressed. And so when we compare our lives to somebody else's talents or to somebody else's wealth or to somebody else's loves that they brought into their lives, or we're looking at others and like, why do they always get the thing that I want? That's not your soul journey this time, right? You still get what you want, but that might be the thing that's your big teacher this time, so that when you do cultivate that thing you really want, your gratitude and thanks is deeply, profoundly rooted in spirit. The ego has been healed. You've moved your soul into a higher level of consciousness so that you can finally meet that soulmate or that wealth or that creativity or that career that your heart has always been telling you you're ready to step into. So on this slide it says, victim is governed by the words to me, the experience of having no control. Why does this always happen to me? And the way we can move through this is the opportunity to give up shame and blame stories and using forgiveness practices, right? So we have to take it upon ourselves to stop sharing the shame and blame stories and looking at the language that we're using, that we're sharing with others and self. It's the thoughts that we're thinking to self and sharing with others, right? We're empowering the disempowered things in our life when we put it out there. It's the law of attraction. The universe is honorable, and when we realize, when we keep complaining about this thing that's not working, that you're building on that thing and making more and more of it. So getting rid of that blame story or that shame story and finding a way to forgive others, even if you're so sure that they're wrong. Because forgiveness is not for somebody else. It's for your own freedom. It's for your heart to get soft again. It's for the hardening to leave your being, so that you may allow all the goodness that not forgiving is restricting. It will make you like a child again, where you're in this wonderful place of openness and looking for the miracles again and watching. There's so much good when you can finally let it go and realize that that person's a child of God and they did the best that they can, even if it was really, really nasty. We're not all on the same path, all of us. We're not all at the same involvement, right? And sometimes we get with younger souls, and sometimes we're with older souls. And we're going to intermingle because we do this dance to keep growing ourselves, and sometimes we're the one that's helping them grow and see it deeper understanding and a meaning for their lives in the area that they are in spiritually. I use the story from John 5 in the Bible when Jesus goes into Jerusalem, which represents the habitation of peace for a Jewish festival. And within Jerusalem is Bethesda, where it's a flowing, cleansing place of pools. It's 5 covered porches that represent the 5 senses. And he finds out that there's been a paralytic that's been laying by one of the pools for 38 years and cannot seem to get healed. But this particular bath is the one that people get healed in. And this particular man keeps laying by the side of it, and when the angels come to stir up the water, when it means it's basically in this healing condition, nobody helps him get into the water. So Jesus hears this and comes to him and asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" And the paralytic goes on to say that everybody jumps ahead of me whenever the water's stirred up, and they don't help me get in. And what he's doing is he's speaking to the reasons why he will not. Do you want to be healed is what Jesus is saying. He's not asking why he got in the water, because Jesus is not saying that the water is special. It's your mind. It's your thoughts. It's the way you're living that is where the miracles sit. Do you want to be healed? And he says, then pick up your mat and walk. And he does pick up his mat and he walks. And later on, he runs into him later and he says, stop sinning or something much worse will happen to you. Can you imagine that something much worse would happen to somebody that's 38 years, paralyzed by a pool, trying to get healed, and Jesus is saying something worse will come to you? Because what he's saying is stop speaking to the limitation, and that's the victimhood. Stop speaking to the blame, shame stories in your experience, and you're going to create a whole new life. It's a reborn life. It's the birth of the Christ within us, which is the season we're in right now, right? So the victim is attached to their limitations and the lack of belief in healing. And all we have to do is say, do you want to be healed? And this is not just physical healing. This is an empowered energy that surrounds every limitless thing that you want to bring into your life. Is it love? Is it career? Is it financial? Is it healing in a relationship with your children or your partner? Or asking you, do you want to be healed? Answer that for yourself. And then claiming for yourself that you don't want to be a victim of this anymore. That you are this limitless potential. You're this limitless manifester. And that you can shift this energy the second you can recognize the power of love that lives within you. So then he moved on to manifester, because we're moving from victim to manifester. And it says this, governed by the words, the experience of the power to manifest. I can control my life. But the practices to gain those two things at the top is the opportunity to give up control and power. Giving up control, because when we get into that place of limitless, then we let it go and we give it to God. We surrender it, and we don't keep constantly looking at it and overlooking it and getting nervous and getting worried that it's not going to come about, because the universe already heard you. You already just said that the experience of the power to manifest, I can control this. You just give it to God, and then God takes it and you let it go. Let go of the control, let go of the affirmation, the power, and move into your affirmations, the visualizations, the reality of the experience fully coming true in your life. Seeing it in your mind's eye. Did you know that your mind doesn't know the difference between you visualizing something coming true and it actually coming true? That's scientifically proven. So if you can vibratorily get connected with what it's like to have this something that is knocking at you saying you want this, that's not ego. That's your soul saying there's so much more for you. But you have to open up to that opportunity. You have to recognize the power that lives within you, that the Spirit of truth is speaking through you every single moment, every day. But we get so stuck, complaining, worrying, fearing. Oh, those are all those strong ones. Blaming, shaming. All those things that cut us to our core, where we don't believe that we're worthy. And a belief in not being worthy is not recognizing yourself as a perfect child of God, right? So you already have what you need. You see and feel the kind of life you want to feel. Speaking what you want into existence. You feel that life is God, and you know life is magnificent. And in turn, reprogramming your subconscious mind with all the positive effort through your thoughts, words, and action, matching what you actually want, and then receiving it. When we are in the manifestation aspect of our spiritual growth and development, we learn how to be grateful for everything. Being grateful for everything, and did you know that it doesn't just isolate the good stuff? Being grateful for the challenge. I heard that on our Thanksgiving service last week. I thank the darkness. I thank the hardship. I thank the depth that the universe is taking me. Because there's a great breaking open in our lives when we're in the hard stuff, when we're in the thick of it, when our heart has been shattered. That's where the greatest deepening and the awakening of the soul happens, because all of a sudden the things of the world aren't fixing us anymore. It's not comforting us anymore. It's not divinely directing us anymore, because we have to go deeper, deeper, deeper. That was in our song we just sang. Deeper than we've ever gone before, right? Leaning into this unseen realm and make it seen in your life. Becoming the great manifester, and sometimes we have to go into those dark places, reach into them, into that cracked space, and discover grace. It's like they say, when you want your prayers to be answered, ask a grieving person to pray for you. Have you ever heard that? When you want your prayers to be answered, ask a grieving person to pray for you. Because a person that's in grief is in the deepest, most open place in such a dance with Spirit. They're in the ethereal. They're feeling that grace. They're feeling those prompts. They're feeling that love. And they're having to be so tapped in the pulse of that love and that light, because they can't deal, because life is so painful. So all they have is God. Ask that person to pray for you. So no longer speaking power into the dis-ease, but speaking power into your amazing ability to heal. And with what I was just saying, this is the formula right here. Did you know that the universe tests you before your reality changes? Who's experienced that a million times in this human condition, right? In the spiritual condition. And we can resist and stay in that place where nothing's changing for a very long time, or put our helmets on, become fearless, and just fall into that dark hole, man, and just face it. Like they say, when you're going through hell, just keep going. Don't go backwards, because you can just keep yourself there for years in this unconscious place that fears staying in the way, when honestly it could be a day or two away from the big revelation to the greatest birth of Christ within you. But we resist. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I might cry till I die. It's like things like that we think about. If I really feel that thing that broke me, I might just not wake up out of my sleep. Because the depth of the pain that's within us, and the second you fall into that pain and into that grief, there's a freedom, a spaciousness, and right away it's lighter. Because you're not denying your truth, denying your process of healing. Did you know that the universe tests you before your reality changes? Here's how that happens. The universe has a unique way of guiding you through intermediate steps, not to halt your progress, but to sculpt your readiness for your desired reality. Think of these steps as cosmic assessments, opportunities for you to show your genuine commitment to your evolvement as a spiritual soul. The universe tests your resolve, asking if you are truly prepared for the treasures you seek. During the journey, you may face challenges and situations seemingly contradictory to your intentions. It's a cosmic test of authenticity. Questions your desires as rooted deep within your being. Manifestation is about transformation, becoming the person who can responsibly wield what you seek. I'm going to read that again. Manifestation is about transformation, becoming the person who can responsibly wield what you seek. The universe's tests are a path to self-discovery. Embrace them as stepping stones. When you see challenges as opportunities and align with your evolved self, you move closer to your desires. And so I'm going to tell you about the astrology right now. So today, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. Today is December 1st. This is what's up until December 5th. It's an auspicious, mystical, but not mystical, disembodied outside of our lives and ourselves type of mystical. It's mystical in a bring it in and make it manifest in a really great way. It's mystical in a bring it in and make it manifest in a really great way. So here are the two good things with the new moon, that it's opening the door to us. One is there's a lot of luck with this and a lot of grace in alignment with your truest self. Your truest self that Sagittarius demands. So Sagittarius is about getting in touch with your truest, most authentic truth and self, okay? It's like saying, yes, I will help you manifest that relationship. I will help you draw that money into your life. I will help you, whatever the thing you've been wondering or wanting to shift and move, and it might have been 6 months, it might have been 3 years. You might just be so fed up trying to manifest this thing, and it's not been manifesting. It's about getting into that truest self, the authentic self. What is it you really clearly want? The universe needs that clarity, and Sagittarius is a bull, man. That thing will come in and give it to you, right? So it's like, yes, I will help you manifest that relationship and all the things that you want. Many of you have been diving deeply into your true essence in the last 4 months and are discovering what you truly want and desire. So you're ready. We're all ready. I know I'm ready. I got really clear this week. I know you got really clear. We were all kind of in this really interesting place the day before Thanksgiving, and then so much happened on Thanksgiving, and the conversations I was having, I was like, whoa, I got clearer than I thought I had it all figured out exactly what I'm trying to manifest, and it got super duper focused. And I think it was through reflecting conversations with deeply spiritual people that day. And there is a play between ego and soul right now. And this moon in Sagittarius is bringing into your life what is coming from your soul. When we talk true self, we're also saying soul self. The true self is the soul. This is the soul that's unchangeable, that's come in fully developed, and then the human ego becomes something that's so much bigger, and we stop tapping into the soul self. When we talk about true self, we are talking about soul self. So when we tap into what we truly want from the soul level, Sagittarius energy is in your face, showing what you truly want. And when you can bring that into your mind from your most authentic self, soul self, Sagittarius energy is asking you to stop being afraid of your true self and of your true desires. So here are some good questions you can ask yourself to kind of get familiar with where you're at right now. What is the true to the core of yourself? What is true to the core of yourself? Something that really aligns with you and what you really want in your life. I'm going to let you sit with that for a second. This is your core desire, something you would put on your vision board. And number 2, how do I need to open up my mind, reconfigure myself, or rewire myself so that I can see the opportunity that is flowing in when it is right in front of my face? This is so important because the universe is always giving us what we want. We have to be in the alignment to be able to see it when it's coming in, because it doesn't come in the forms that we think it's going to come in, right? The universe is always giving us what we need, what we want, our desires. But it's us that restricts our good. So what do we have to do to get to some sort of self-confident level or a trusting level or a forgiving level so that we can see the opportunity that's flowing in when it is right in front of our face? Right? And then there's this other point in this particular moon. that getting on the same page about these things, like our frequency matches, the frequency of the opportunity that is showing up. So the third question comes from reflection, and this is when I'd ask you to do at home or do it with a friend. You have someone reflect back to you, asking someone you trust this next question. Somebody that you love, your partner, somebody that really sees your highest good, because a lot of times we see the highest good in others much more than we do in ourselves. Asking your partner or your best friend, what am I not seeing that would help me reconfigure my mind so I can see these opportunities that are presenting themselves? And I bet the first thing that popped in your head was something for someone else and not for yourself. Like what you'd reflect to that person that's annoying you. Like, I see all your obstacles. I see exactly what's standing in your way for your good, right? But it's so much harder for us to see the obstacles that are standing in the way for our own good. And this is why it's so important to have spiritual community, because you're around like-minded people that are meditating, that are praying, that are looking at the signs and the symbols of the animals that are crossing their paths. The birds that cross, they look at the language, they look at the totems, they look at what the shamans are saying. I mean, all of the different avenues that the universe is talking to us. And this is, manifestation isn't about receiving what you ask for, it's about receiving what aligns with who you are. Focus on change. Navigate the trials with gratitude. Right? So it's all vibrational. We attract from a vibrational place. And I read this, and I really like this. Oprah Winfrey asked Carolyn Mason, I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she's an intuitive doctor, basically, and kind of diagnoses illnesses in people by just reading the energy levels. And she asked her this: how do you know that you are on the right path, and what dream belongs to you? And Carolyn Mace answers, you know you are on the right path when you are not put in a position to betray yourself. You know you're on the right path when you're not put in a position to betray yourself. You don't betray yourself anymore. You're not put in a position where you feel like you have to negotiate your sense of integrity, which is an act of betrayal. You don't feel like you have to compromise who you are, and it simply just feels right. Let's sit with that. Because think of so much of the self-betrayal we do to try to make others happy, bosses happy, partners happy, parents happy, kids happy. And we put ourselves off. These are people that are more selfless and tend to be more intuitive and usually empathic. We tend to make sure everybody else is happy before ourselves. We have to put ourselves back on the map and stop betraying ourselves and our eternal good. And the truth is when you put yourself back on the map and you don't betray yourself anymore, you become more and more of a beautiful light that helps all those people that you've been taking care of anyways without you even thinking of it. Because you become Christ-like. You become the potentiality of that walking in this world. And you don't have to think about it because the universe is just divinely guiding you from this high state of consciousness. And you don't have to worry about dragging all this lower nature and all these things with you because you just love them and you don't want them to fall and skin their knees and have a hard time anymore. You're putting yourself back on the map. To know thyself is the most important thing on this path. To love thyself is the most important thing on this path. To trust yourself is the most important thing you can do for yourself. To be good to yourself. And everybody outside your world benefits from that time, that spaciousness, that love that you've brought on yourself. So the next slide is channel. The experience of being a vessel through which Spirit speaks and acts. It is not me, but divine intelligence that does the work. It is not me, but divine intelligence that does the work. The opportunity to give up sense of separation. Recognizing that we are all one in this experience. We're all one with everybody, with every religion. We are all one with everyone. It doesn't matter your color, your ethnicity, your sexual identity, your gender identity. None of that matters. We are all one. We are all perfect children of God in unity, and we see it universally. We're not here to be the judge or the juror. We're here to just love unconditionally, to accept one another as we would like to be accepted as for ourselves. And that is the golden rule. That is at the basis of all religions. Did you know that? To love your neighbor as yourself. To meditate on this oneness, on this collective. The more we are collectively in this oneness, you bring healing vapor to all the things that are not one around you with the people you're dealing with. They will feel that love and they will feel included. So meditation, life visioning processes, beginner's mind, affirmative prayer practices are really, really good here. And the beginner's mind says, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I'm willing to try something new and discover a new portal to move through for healed and abundant results. I don't know everything, but we tend to just constantly reflect on the things that we've figured this all out because, I've seen this in one other way. I've seen this happen in a different way. But we bring our old intellect, our old worn-out ideas that will just create the same result over and over again, which is insanity when we're expecting a different result, but we keep using the same intellect that's not willing to grow and stretch and move and adapt and heighten. Just being in a place of I don't know everything is powerful. And trying to feel it and see it and be it from such a greater level. To be a divine channel means to allow a higher power, such as the universe or a higher self, to speak through you. It can also mean to receive guidance and co-create with a higher power. Some suggestions for being a channel for God's light include being humble, serving joyfully, being centered in your inner self and living in God's light and joy. Humor, laugh, enjoy this thing, even when it's hard. Find the humor, find the sarcasm in the crazy stuff that happens in this lifetime. Laughter is extremely healing. A person who conveys thoughts or energy from a source outside of their body or conscious mind is called a channeler. Channeling can be practiced through different mediums such as writing, painting, seeing within, or dancing. However, there is no way to verify the accuracy of channeled information, and I don't think that really matters. Have you ever just sat down after you've had a long meditation and just let the pen just start writing and don't have any attachment and just let it start writing and not grabbing onto the thoughts that are coming through you? The higher self is going to write something to you, and you'll discover something really beautiful about yourself. That you have a direct connection to the ethereal realm, to the angels, to your spirit guides. There's so much help on the other side that understands that this human spiritual condition is not easy. In fact, it's very lonely a lot, and it's really hard. But when we remember that it's supposed to be beautiful, and that the challenges are here to grow us, and that they don't have to be long-standing challenges. Just face them, move through them, feel them, grieve them, do the things you need to do so that you can become more and more of that expanded good, that expanded manifester in this world. And then you'll find that you're going to start having insights and downloads, and before you know it, people don't even need to talk to you anymore because you can read their minds of what they're saying. You know you're getting really close to enlightenment when you know what people are going to say to you all the time. Who experiences that? And we especially experience it with partners, your children. That's where it usually shows up because there's already such a naturally innate connection through soul. But when it's like there's something that just came through your mindset of something earlier in the day, and then the next thing you know, you're talking to a perfect stranger and it appears there. Then you know you're really, really getting there, right? So the next slide, can you skip to being, please? So the biggest thing is when the situation is good, enjoy it. When the situation is bad, transform it. When the situation cannot be transformed, transform yourself. And the fifth thing to get us closest to enlightenment, and I think it's a lifelong journey, there's more and more expansion to awakening, enlightenment, 5D consciousness. We have so many names for this plateau. There is no plateau. It just extends and evolves, and all these wonderful things. So being, the experience of divine oneness. And I think that should be presence, personally. Being and presence, I feel like they kind of are the same. The experience of divine oneness, mystical mind, and being one with spirit. I am one with God, the universe, the divine presence, the divine intelligence. The opportunity to experience limitless consciousness as me. Going in those meditations and visioning your perfection as this perfect child of God that you are. And so I just wanted us to close our eyes, and I was just going to read this piece that Marianne Williamson wrote, and I've shared it many times, but I think it's very important to close this talk with it, to remember the truth of our being. So let's just close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Just getting in our breath and not forcing the breath, just letting it be very natural and relaxed. Letting what was shared today to move in and through your being, and you don't have to figure it out intellectually. Your soul remembers all that I'm sharing with you right here. It's just a reflection of a knowledge that's already within you. But Marianne Williamson says this: our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, you are. Who you are is to be all of those things. You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of the living God. Amen. Thank you.
Well, once again, we have freely received some beautiful insights that really work in life if we put them to work. And we have an opportunity now to give back so that we can continue to expand sharing these insights with as many people as possible. That is what Unity of Boulder is all about. So at this point, those people watching live stream, I know it's easier to walk away from your screen than it is, and not to even think about giving something back for what you received. But think about going to a really excellent restaurant where you receive the best food. Would you even ever imagine that you would leave that restaurant without leaving some type of gratuity for the incredible food that you received? This is incredible spiritual food. So leave that gratuity. Find a way to give to Unity of Boulder to support the work that goes on here. And those of us here can bring into our hands, into our experience in our heart, that which we'd like to give to Unity of Boulder, and let's bless it with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And we have the opportunity to listen to Ravenwolf share their music once again. And it's amazing that we've got them here at this time and they're sober.
I am sober.
All right.
I brought a couple extra strings for you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm up to 6 now, 6 strings.
Yeah, well,
That's more than the usual 4 that you let me play with.
I've asked you to return to the ukulele.
I was gonna ask your permission, but
Please,
I didn't.
please, what you're doing to us here, I don't understand.
this one's for Jimmy and Debbie. If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. If the mountains crumble to the sea, there would still be you and me. Kind woman, I give you my all. Kind woman, nothing more. Little drops of rain, whisper of the pain, tears of love's lost in the days gone by. Our love is strong, with you there is no wrong. Together we should go until we die. My. Inspiration's what you are to me. Inspiration, look, see. And so today my world is smiles. Your hand in mine, we walk the miles. And thanks to you, it will be done. For you to me are the only one, the only one, the only one. Happiness no more be sad. Happiness, I'm so glad. If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. If the mountains crumble to the sea, there would still be you and me. I Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. Well, if you have a challenge today and you'd like to share it with a prayer partner, we have prayer partners, and they're standing up over here. You can just stay seated in your seat at the closing of the service, and they will come find you and take you down to our beautiful meditation room because we have choir practice right after the service in here. And I will be holding a discussion group that will be in the conference room in the bookstore. If you want to just come, we just share what's on our heart and what came up during the service today. And we usually sit together for about 20 minutes and just chat. It's a nice way to meet people, but definitely attend the craft fair, and there's refreshments and coffee and everything else in there. And then this Friday at 10 a.m. is the all-church Christmas decorating. So we definitely need help with that because it's a big building and there's a lot to make it 10 a.m. on Friday. Yeah. Okay, let's all rise, and we're going to circle these main pews and hold hands and sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. You guys are clumped over there. Can you move up? That way I'm using my head like an arm. Come on, Scott, you got this. Making the circle happen. All right, here we go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, for peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, and we all are weak. Let me walk in my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous sound. To praise and live in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And they say a spiritual center that dances together stays together.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm